Chapter 16. Toward Revival. The scheme is uncovered, the truth is revealed. What madness fell upon the once proud warriors? With all doubts erased, the goal becomes clear. All forces gather to defend their land. May 7th, 2019. 05:0700 hours. Caroline Castle, Royal Castle. It was Ed's. "You've got some nerve coming here," Firefly said angrily. Her wing mirrors were stunned to see a griffin inside the castle. "Hell, get inside!" The pink mare directed their question towards Quick Chaser and Thunderflicker, who were standing by him. Because the whole place was surrounded by Princess Alessia and Luna's magic barrier, no one should have been able to breach it. "You may not believe it, but that guy surrendered willingly," said Quick Chaser. He and Thunderflicker were outside. Patrol Fireshine and Shamrock got back to the main wing and told everyone about a griffin flying suspiciously around the castle. The two Pegasi were sent to. They found Edge. He seemed to have no intention on fighting them, and that was already surprising. And he asked to get him inside, seeing as some very important pieces of information for the Royal Sisters. He was unarmed, without any support. They knew he wasn't posing any danger. Firefly was still angered, seeing the griffin simply walking in like that. "I don't like whatever that sleaze is up to. It'd be best to just take him out." "Wait," Ed pleaded, "before you kill me. There's something you must know. All you ponies are probably wondering why the griffins are starting Sunday. Why the scorching of Equestria was allowed. I can explain everything." "What there is to explain?" Firefly exclaimed. "The situation is obvious to me. You and your kind are nothing more than undersatiated killers. This whole honor thing I keep hearing about is worth dirt. All you guys want to do is enslave or kill every single pony." "Things aren't always that simple," Ed argued. Rainbow Dash was out of her bed and tried to restrain Firefly's temper. Other ponies were actually curious. Why? Why did their northern neighbors have turned into vile villains? I think we should listen to him," Firefly spoke. I want to know what happened." "Yeah, I wonder," Lightning Bolt added. "We just might let him talk. No harm in that." "I agree." Another voice spoke from the corridor had sounded. It was Twilight Sparkle, with her assistant Spike. Her friends came along well. The Firefly tried to oppose the idea. She was in the minority. No choice, she had to let Ed do the talking, while still feeling a bit sour. "I have one condition, though," he said. "I will tell you all I know, but I always speak presence of your princesses." Firefly was slowly loosening it. "Unless you haven't noticed, they are busy with the barrier that's supposed to keep scum like you from entering the castle." Luckily, Twilight managed to calm things down. "You can speak to me. I am Twilight Sparkle, student of Princess Alessia. Rest assured, I relate everything to them. You will tell us to them. Spike?" "Right on!" Young Dragon was already holding a quill and a parchment, ready to write down whatever revelation Ed had to tell. "I guess it's better than nothing," he muttered. "Very well, and listen closely, because your time is drawing short. If your ponies want to survive and win this war, you need to grasp the whole situation properly." All ponies present in the chamber, Rod Squadron, Wonderbolts, the 4-4 and Aces, and those who bear the elements of harmony, were about to learn the reason behind the madness that plunged Equestria into such dark times. Before Ed even started, Medley asked him how it was possible that, in several misses and battles, they saw griffins and other players being in charge of the operation. Ed explained that commanding structures of Griffin Kingdom were much more flexible than that of Equestria. As long as the griffins had a common goal, they could easily cope with each other. The fact that many soldiers had natural warrior abilities helped as well. Only drawbacks of this tactic were their ill-prepared concepts of leading others, and it eventually forced them to resort to a very loose strategy with little success rate. "I'm sorry, my mind drifted to Macross for some reason." "Although by looking at you, Marat Squadron, I can tell you're pretty much an independent unit yourself," Ed remarked. "Okay, but can you tell us exactly what happened?" Rainbow was getting impatient. "Yes, I'm about to get there. You should know. Kubutato. Our general is dead." Spitfires swore looked at each other. See that loyalty was a very common thing amongst griffins these days. When the fiery main Pegasus asked Ed who could have been responsible for General Silverback's death, the soldier responded with a truly shocking statement. "It is rumored that you What? That's crazy! What the heck? The reaction of the ponies was predictable. None of them believed that. We haven't even been to Griffith since the whole war started, Firebolt added. Why would they think that we could have killed your general? Hold on. I'm not finished yet. Let's wait until every pony calmed down before continuing. I know you didn't kill him. Therefore, I believe you're innocent. But the same could not. Red Cyclone made them think that it was your doing. And that's why he ordered the Griffins to ravage Equestria and deal with every single pony that would dare oppose them. But that doesn't make any sense, Randy shouted. What exactly happened in Griffiths? Tell us, step by step, Twilight asked. Ed paused for a moment, tried to recreate the events that occurred in the Griffin Palace. He told the ponies about Blackstar, and suspicious towards his comrade. Acting as a superior figure to Edge, he told him to follow Red Cyclone and see what he planned to do. While eavesdropping on his conversation with General, he learned about the Crimson Griffin's plan. Our general was planning to go to Canterlot and begin peace talks with your princesses, but Red Cyclone had a different concept. He proposed a complete conquest of Equestria, and either turning all ponies into slaves or smoking corpses. He called this the ultimate solution. Edge winced when he said that, but the general would have none of that. He decided to remain committed to the original intent. That was when Red Cyclone revealed his true colors. He killed our leader, took his symbol of power. You should have seen him. That's wrath. I left before he noticed me and went to tell everything to Blackstar. So, he actually killed the general. It's just as I feared. You'll know, Ed sounded incredulously. You are his partner, in a sense. You should have been able to prevent him from... I expected he would have done it sooner or later, but he seems to want to carry out his plans. Both of them were on a balcony, listening to Red Cyclone's speech towards his fellow Griffins gathered outside the palace. They were expecting Sarah Silverbeak to come and greet them, though. Red Feather's soldiers shouldered a symbol of power, covered in blood. A loud clamor ensued. Red Cyclone told him what happened in a fiery manner. My fellow soldiers, brothers and sisters, our general has been killed in the most violent assassination attempt by those wretched ponies. Do you see now? They are not harmless, cute fillies we might have thought they were. The second we turn our backs, they strike us out without mercy. But I assure you, this treacherous act will not remain unpunished. I shall carry out the will of our general and lead our country towards certain victory. Join me, and our triumph is assured. Go now, soldiers of the Griffin Kingdom! Stain the land with the blood of our enemies! March forth and towards Canterlot! Burn every single village! Spare no one! Purge them from this world! We will make those ponies to taste the true fear! Zeke! Zeon! Sorry, got into it. An uproar of support sounded. Naturally, both Edge and Blackstar knew that. In reality, Red Cyclone was the one who killed General Silverbeak to assert his power. But they couldn't do anything. Thanks to his charisma, silver tongue, and proper organization, Red Cyclone easily convinced and encouraged the Griffins to begin truly fighting and scorching Equestria. As the Feather soldiers were getting closer to the capital, every major grassland, forest, meadow, or even town was ravaged by them, set on fire. Edge was told by Blackstar to follow the Griffin soldiers. When the best possible chance, see Princess Celestia and Luna to tell them about Red Cyclone's mad idea. As Edge was about to look on the ponies' faces were that disbelief, fear, but also anger. That's sick! The Red Cyclone's a total freak! Rainbow growled. You should go see the doctor or something. This isn't normal, Pinky added. She tried to sound casual, but deep inside, she felt physically shaking. Come on, girls. You're not going to believe him. How do we know he's not making this up? Firefly asked, losing what little patience she had left. I never asked you to believe me, Ed said. I already tell you what I saw. You don't have to listen to me. Whatever you do is your decision alone. His voice sounded a little resigned, as if he didn't want to take a part in this conflict anymore. Ed distantly stated that Red Cyclone had been planning this whole coup d'etat for a while. According to Blackstar, while he had reason with Red Cyclone at first, in the end he decided Needless to say, this information left all parties a little flabbergasted. Well, Edge, what you say is all fine and dandy, and you just decided to give in to us, risking your life, so you could have heard it all? Interesting, Spitfire said aloud. Highly suspicious, you mean? Firefly tried to correct her. Besides, who said it's true? I do, Alzak spoke. As you know, honestly, it's something I'm good at, and I can tell this fellow's not lying. He's especially directly to us. He ain't rolling his eyes around. I just know he's saying the truth. Firefly was still not convinced, so he tried to warn Applejack about a possible trap, but the orange pony believed in her reasoning. Applejack blurred that Firefly's assumption had a shade of paranoia. Things were uneasy. A confrontation between the two mares were hanging in the air. Twilight tried to calm him down. Girls, this argument is pointless. Twilight Sparkle's right, Firebolt said. We want to survive this conflict. We should be fighting our enemies, not each other. But do you know exactly who your enemy is? Ed asked quietly. When the pony turned her attention back to him, he carried on. I'll have you know, not every Griffith wants to fight you. Only some are fighting at their own volition. But others simply saw this as a chance to bring glory to our kingdom. Unbeknownst to us, our principles and mentality degenerated in the past few years. Even though we are still proud warriors, we learn to obey the orders of our superiors, regardless of who is in charge. Truly a shameful turn of events. He briefly hung his voice. Beverly knew inside her heart that Edge wasn't exactly evil. Her instincts and thoughts were correct the whole time. Now things were slowly becoming more clear at the ponies. Spike was about to finish writing down Edge's revelations. Is that everything you had to say? Twilight asked him. Actually, there is one more thing. Who is Firefly? I am. When she stood up, Edge looked accurately at her, then spoke quietly. Right. Pink is his blue mane. Rexstar has a message for you. Firefly's ears picked up on hearing that. Knowing him, it could have been practically anything. While a little anxious, she told him with a strong voice to deliver the message, but she was completely unprepared for what she heard from Edge's beak. Just as Edge was about to leave with the strike team to conceal himself until the proper time, Blackstar halted him for a moment and said the following words. Listen, if you happen to run into a blue-maned, pink female Pegasus named Firefly, tell her I am waiting for her here in Griffiths. We still have a fight to finish. Huh? Edge growled. But I thought you already fought with her and won. No, that was not your battle, Blackstar explained. Our fight is yet to occur. This time, only one of us may survive. Either I will kill her, or reunite with her parents. Or she will kill me and avenge them. To tell the truth, it matters little. A fight to the death with her. That's all I desire. Only in that can I find my sole respite. Also tell her that I do not ask for her forgiveness or mercy. But tell her that I feel regret for killing her parents. Let her know that. That is all. Go now. I have spoken. That is all there is. Edge finished. An unsettling silence fell for a few moments. Twilight asked Spike if he wrote everything down, and he confirmed it. Then the purple unicorn mentioned every pony to come with her to the princess's throne room, along with them. While the other ponies were slowly leaving the rest, the honest Firefly was just sitting on the floor, not willing to go. Rainbow asked the others to go ahead, so catch up to him. Then she slowly approached the pink mare. Firefly appeared to be devastated. But why? All 5,500 hours. Caroline Castle. Hey, Firefly, you okay? Do I look okay to you? Firefly replied with a plucky voice. Her eyes were staring deep into Rainbow's. No. Is something wrong? Want to talk about it? Rainbow asked. Firefly shook her head in denial. Rainbow pressed her a little, but still wasn't willing to speak. Come on, Firefly. You can't fool me. I clearly see something's wrong. I don't want to talk about it, Rainbow. And stop acting like you care! Firefly exclaimed. Last sentence hurt Rainbow deeply. She wanted to help Firefly and seemed worried about her state. While she turned her sight away from the pink mare, Daz knew there were more important issues before them. Fine, have it your way. I'm just going to leave you with your problems. She was just about to leave when Firefly suddenly chuckled. Rainbow stopped dead where she was and turned back around. The blue Magus turned to a loud, hysterical laughter. Soon Rainbow noticed this lantern was caustic and shallow. It slowly died down and turned into whines. Still uncertain what was the cause, Dash came closer. Firefly, what's going on? Talk about irony. You hurt him, you? She asked. You mean Edge? Yeah, I did, so? Don't you get it? Her voice was getting louder with every word. Rainbow had a bad feeling about it. I spent the last 6 years of my life trying to take down a guy who ruined my whole life, who took everything from me. And now I hear he's sorry. Now he's sorry. Why wasn't he feeling sorry when he killed my parents? Firefly pounded her hose on the ground, squeezing her eyes. Tears glazed in them. She grit her teeth and yet let out 2 loud sobs. Rainbow Dash was shocked to see her in this state, even if I wasn't immune to everything that was happening around them. She got closer, put her arms on the pink mare's shoulders, trying to calm her down. The Firefly instantly turned her down. Save it. What do you know? That idiot. Rainbow stared at her, unsure what to do. She couldn't leave her in this state. That much she knew. The Blue Pegasus decided a different approach. Look, Firefly, I know it's hard for you, but try to get a hold of yourself. Calm down. Those words had an effect opposite of the desired one. I can't calm the fuck down! More tears distilled from Firefly's cheeks. She looked at Rainbow in despair, blabbering to herself. She felt like her soul had been torn in two, as she was split between fury and sadness. Firefly broke down completely. As he glanced at Rainbow with a distraught sight and started weeping. I just can't. I don't know what to do. I feel so lost. I'm so confused, Rainbow. I need help. Rainbow touched her right cheek. These words made her feel sorry for Firefly. So she couldn't grasp how painful it was for her. Dash really did emphasize. The word helped settle her really desperate. Without saying anything, Rainbow embraced Firefly. This caused her to sob some more, as she returned to hug, leaning her head against Rainbow's shoulder. I know I shouldn't be going to pieces like that, but it's stronger than me. I can't fight it. I had to cry it out. Listen, Rainbow, I never got the chance to apologize to you. What for? Rainbow asked. Firefly remembered her about the time when the Blue Pony was resting in the hospital after the battle was over Ponyville. She told her all the nasty things he threw in the Pegasus' direction, regretting them now. I did mean to hurt you more, but seeing you in that state reminded me of how I experienced. I thought by yelling at you I could have felt better, but I didn't. Now it only hurts me more, the pink mare screamed. Rainbow patted her on the back. It's fine. I'm so grief-stricken I wasn't paying attention anyway. It could have been the same if I had a Mazer cap for the case of deafness. She tried to brush her leader's worries aside, laughing at mishaps that happened in the past. Firefly remained silent for a while, as she finally told Dash what troubled her. I'm starting to think that the only reason I'm still here is to take Black Star down. I still want to. I swore to myself I'll do it. But then what? What will I do after the war? I have nowhere else to go. I'm all alone. All alone. Like an outsider. Then her voice was just a bleak whisper. Seriously, stop saying that, Rainbow interrupted her. You have us. I know it's not the same as having a family, but don't deny the fact that we're your friends. That's not what I meant, Firefly continued. Defeating Black Star is my sole purpose. I don't have another reason to fight. If I take him down, at least I'll flash! Rainbow exclaimed, causing Firefly's eyes to widen. It was the first time the Blue Mare used her call scene inside to sense the Battle of Talon. Come on, you're being too hard on yourself, Firefly, Rainbow said tenderly. The Firefly felt really bitter about everything that had happened, so he appreciated Rainbow's attempts to cheer her up. While tears were still rolling around in her eyes, Firefly wiped them away. Rainbow Dash soon. For the moment, we need bigger on our backs. First, we have to liberate Carolot and chase the Griffins out of Equestria. When we do that, we'll worry about the other stuff, okay? Come on, Firefly. Let's go. You're our leader. However you look at it, a team isn't the same without a leader. We need you. You're right. But, Rainbow, you know you're a Pegasus who doesn't actually need a leader. You can do everything on your own, Firefly pointed out. I know that, but... Rainbow Dash hung her voice for a second before she confessed. But while I was around Twilight and the rest of my friends, I took a few lessons of humility. And I took them the hard way. By that I mean I saw my flaws and tried to overcome them somehow. They helped me with that as well. Thanks to them, I'm the pony you see now. She looked into Firefly's purple eyes. Besides, some pony told me I should get a little more disciplined if my dream is to be realized. There are several reasons for me to keep fighting, and my dream was one of them. Firefly immediately knew what she meant. It could have been a reason Spitfire wanted to stay with Rainbow back then in Cloudsdale. Now Firefly had no doubts that Rainbow Dash had the potential to be a famous heroine. The Blue Mane Flyer stood up and wrapped her arm around the Blue Pony's neck. Well then, I guess I'll help your dreams come true. I don't really care what others might think about you, but to me, you're a great companion. And you know, I'm glad I met you back over Ponyville. Funny. Such a long time, I feel like it only happened a few days ago. Come on, let's move it, Rainbow Dash! Though Rainbow wasn't technically the best kind of pony for showing sympathy towards others, the war at Tar sometimes could save others from falling into the abyss of despair. It was proven to her once more. Following Firefly, the two winged ponies quickly went toward the throne room. 06-2100 hours. Caroline Castle, throne room. Both mares had reached the room where the princesses were deciding on Ed's fate. Their horns were glowing with magical aura, as they continuously channeled their magical power to keep the barrier around the castle intact. Though both stated already they knew the Griffin was telling the truth from the beginning, didn't need a precise report, was caused Spike to groan quietly to himself in slight annoyance. Both winged unicorns understood what was said. The verdict was surprising to every pony. Princess Celestia and Luna decided to let Edge go. While Sora tried to point out that Griffin was responsible for more than a few deaths among the ponies, the Lunar Princess explained that his final information will be crucial in stopping, at the very least, minimizing the Griffin expansion. Along with Celestia, they were about to make the barrier passable at one point to allow Edge to leave, but Derpy thought this may be their only chance of finding out who was responsible for Keraton's death. So he approached Edge and asked him,
Please, tell me, did you happen to see a Griffin trying to kidnap a unicorn pony?
Yes, I do remember Axe was attempting such an act, until a yellow earth pony got in his way. He then decided to kill her instead of kidnapping the child. Hearing Axe's name made the Wonderbolts remember the Talon Squadron, which was supposedly annihilated during the battle for Stalingrad, but it turned out Axe requested to represent the Talon Squadron. He tried to honor his comrades, but what could have been the reason for him to try to kidnap Dinky? For what purpose? He was a pedo! None of that mattered now. Derpy thanked Edge for telling her what she needed to know. Before he flew out the castle, he turned his sight to the ponies and gathered in the throne room one time and spoke. Your ponies aren't even half as evil as Red Cyclone may say. I see now I was wrong about you. You could have killed me, and you did not. So I want to give my word. Never again shall I raise a talent to harm any of you. If our paths cross again, who knows? Farewell. Once Ed's left, the princesses sealed the barrier back. His fate remained unknown since then. See? I told you. All those griffins are bad. He broke the brief silence that ensued. Only Bella Cloudkicker looked at Firefly, expecting another outburst of anger. But this time she simply said, Yeah, I guess, not wanting to argue the point. The castle was safe once more. Both rulers were visibly exhausted. They were upholding the barrier for about 8 hours. Such a feat was possible only due to their immense magical power. But even the royal sisters were not able to defend the castle this way forever. They realized that. Cutting out the flanks, along with Twilight and her companions, they pleaded with them to go and gather any combat-ready pony, anyone who still had the strength to fight on. The Wonderbolts instantly rushed to get Gale, while the other members of the Garage Squadron were sent to round up the remaining Pegasi teams. Soon, only Firefly remained with the princesses. They saw her uneasy look.
Firefly. Yes, Princess Celestia? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you look like something is bothering you.
They know too, huh? Firefly thought to herself. While she hadn't opened her mouth at first, the pink mare decided that hiding facts from the royal sisters would do her no good.
I feel like an outsider. It's like this feeling has been lingering with me since I came back. So what's this happened? When I see other ponies sad or troubled, nothing really triggers inside me. It's like my heart is icy cold. I do feel inner peace when my friends are around, but this feeling of isolation still gets to me. I think. No, I know what's wrong with me. Her voice was dejected, as she was about to cry again. Both princesses knew exactly what was tormenting her, but unfortunately there was nothing they could do. We know you miss your family, Firefly. Princess Celestia spoke first. He lost his grave. That's why these feelings are consuming you. I am partially to blame. She took a deeper breath and continued. I knew when it happened, but I couldn't have done anything in this case. There were no traces of either you or Blackstar when the royal guards had arrived. Like a proof of a murder, it was ultimately deemed an unfortunate accident. I was still ashamed of unable to aid you in this earlier. Celestia went silent. Luna decided to take over. Since your family was divested from you in a violent manner, it is understandable to use secret defense on Nakira. But take heed. While defeating him may not take your pain away, the Night Princess warned. Believe us, there would be a way to reunite you with your parents. Luna and I would certainly make it happen, and yet... Celestia's voice turned somber. Even though we rule Equestria, we are not as almighty as some ponies may think. While we can raise the sun and moon, despite our vast power, we are unable to revive, to raise the dead from their graves. Firefly listened to the words when Blanket's present, seemingly staring into empty space. So this was the reason for her torment. Not the first offenses. Lonely. Friends weren't enough to soothe her suffering. Firefly needed a family, or someone who could give her love and care. She lowered her head and dropped a few tears, which fell onto the red carpet. The pink flyer tried to suppress her emotions to no avail. She's never felt so helpless before. Mom, Dad, I miss you. I miss you so much, Firefly whispered, sobbing. Yet the two sisters also told Firefly her parents live in her. They have guided her all the way through many dangers and faced on her path to becoming stronger. They were aware that now she needs to look around, believe in herself, and notice one important thing. Although her friends aren't the same, and thanks to them, Firefly hasn't succumbed to despair, they are always willing to help her, if only she could ask them. Realizing the main Firefly dried her tears and regained her self-assurance. And not a moment too soon. Flanks, the Ponies of Harmony, the Wonderbolts, the Barrage Squadron, returned with over 200 Pegasi, Unicorns, and Earth Ponies. All 50 hours. Calvert managed to contact 2 more Wonderbolt members, Fleetfoot and Rapid Fire, to aid them in the upcoming battle. While ponies assembled, Princess Celestia greeted them with a formal tone. My little ponies, hear me well. I and my sister Luna have called you all here, because we are in need of your help. We can see that the war, which has now ravaged Equestria, has left many painful imprints on the majority of you. But know this conflict was not brought upon us by griffins. This entire war is a heinous and frightful campaign, devised by one of them only. Those who are causing chaos are not responsible, for they do not know the true meaning of their actions. Red Cyclone, the traitorous Griffin leader, must defeat it this conflict is to be resolved, Celestia said in place of Luna. For while he lives, terror will roam in Equestria. We know that and see that many ponies are tired, but only you are capable of restoring our beloved land to its former glory. This is the moment of truth for us all. Therefore, Princess Celestia spoke once more, we must have courage to stand up to the challenge that waits before us. But this battle will be utmost danger. Those who will take part in it may not be able to come back. So we ask for volunteers. Luna? Volunteers, step forward! Firefly and her team immediately left the crowd and stood before the thrones. Toddy Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, Applejack, Spike, as well as Cheerilee, along with the Q-Mark Crusaders by her side, also stepped forward. Then the Pegasi teams, the Wonderbolts, came up to the princesses. The 4 and 8s, Mobius, Talisman, Shamrock, Sky Eye, hovered above the crowd with their rings, not hesitating either, landing before the royal sisters. Other ponies slowly but surely followed them. No one was left behind. All of them, wanted to help in defending Equestria. This act of patriotism and devotion brought an inward relief to Celestia and Luna. They mostly Gale and Sky Eye to come closer, tell the gathering of ponies for what would be later called Operation Rebirth, a bold plan to liberate Canterlot. Plan is risky, but it's our only hope to defend the capital, Gale began. Due to the lack of computers, you were still showing a large geographic map of the city and important areas. It involves separating the army we have stationed in the castle into 2 groups. One will stay here and defend this area long enough to wear the enemy down, while the other strike team will lead a counter-offensive on the Griffin positions in the rear, and flank them between both army groups, and they will either be wiped out or forced to surrender or retreat. Some ponies were roasting nervously between themselves, while the strategy was adroit? 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 Some doubts rose over the fact that Griffiths pretty much controlled the town. Getting out of the castle as unknowns was impossible. Celestia eased the pony's worries. She used her magic to teleport the strike team outside the nearby hills. It was far enough for them to stay away from the enemy detectors and give them time to mount an offense. We agreed the Barrage Squadron would be the ones to lead the strike team. They'll carry on. Alongside them, there will be ponies who bear the elements of harmony. But yes, I'm talking about Twilight Sparkle, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, Applejack, leading their respective units. Sky Eye and also will thought the support team of Burner, Racer, and Gerudo teams will be a good idea. There's one problem though, says Sky Eye. We might have to drive additional flyers to the Burner and Racer teams. They only have one flyer each. No need for that, Tornado Swirl's voice outed. Overdrive and I come to the citizen. We'll be fighting sole members of our squadrons, and remembering and honoring those who gave their lives, so we can aid you now. Understanding their determination, both strategists agreed to their decision, but stated that an additional team had to be added, just in case. Firestar Striker Squadron volunteered. Going back to the mission plan, Sky Eye motioned to the Wonderbolts and Mobius, who had access to the main air defense force during the battle, and asked everybody to help them out best they could. The Combat Crusaders were demanding to let them and aid the others too. Rarity was reluctant about this. While Sweetbell understood her worries, he said, I want to sit back and watch you risk your life for Equestrian, Rarity. Being a filly doesn't mean I can't do anything. But yet my mind, I want to help out my friends. Applejack was concerned about letting her little sister, Applebloom, fight either, but she trusted in the yellow filly. Applebloom assured Applejack that with Sweetbell and Skulu, plus other fillies aid them, things will be fine. The princesses knew they would need every possible force to hold the attackers away, so they agreed to let the Crusaders destroy the other ponies defending the castle. Charlie was still going to watch over them. When all had been said, Princess Celestia turned to her sister. Luna saw that she was quietly exhausted. Luna, I'll put the strike team outside the castle. It appears this time you had to do the boring task of raising the sun. The older sister tried to sound a bit chuckily. Luna, however, was fine with that, calling it something new. The Moon Princess left the chamber to prepare herself and bring out a new day. Celestia, in the meantime, was focusing her powers intensively. Twilight was gaining access. Princess Celestia, fear not, Twilight. I'll be all right. Focus your mind on the upcoming task. You are responsible for the ones in the strike team. Lead them onward. Be brave. I trust you, my dear student. I trust in all of you. Good luck, my little ponies. Equestria depends on you. Shirley briefly turned Firefly and Wingmares, and said a phrase the flyers had heard once before. May the sun and moon and shine upon you. It was followed by the Combat Crusaders chanting angels and angels, hopeful expressions. The Pegasi grinned, thanking them for a much-needed boost in spirits. And a bright flash of light, Twilight, her friends, the ponies under their command, Firefly Team, Tornado Squirrel, Overdrive, Dragon Squadron, Guru Team, and Fast. After a brief silence, Phalanx went on explaining the strategy and assigning different squadrons and soldiers to key areas in Carolot. The Air Ponies and Unicorns were to add to this overall support, while the main fighting force would once again be carried by the Pegasi. As their sleepier squadrons were more than ready to fight another fight, not faced by single success. Thunderflicker proclaimed he was always looking for a challenge. The Phoenix Squadron, along with the Wonderbolt, cooperate together. While Mobius was given a tough job himself to aid whoever would need assistance. He acknowledged it with a nod. One of the ponies scattered the crowd, pointed its hoof in the direction of the chamber's big windows. A dim yellow glow appeared over the horizon. Princess Luna was rising in the sun. Celestia smiled. Well done, Luna. I'm so proud of you. Everything was set. Flags and the Wonderbolts led the rest of the ponies to the main gate. They all noticed the barrier started to thin out. Enemies were waiting for them outside, fully aware of that. Every pony was readying themselves for battle. This is it. Our time has come. Steel yourselves. We fight with glowing confidence and strength. For our fallen comrades. For Princess Celestia and Luna. For Equestria. Pegasi, soar in the skies. Every pony, roll out! Sorry, I was getting into it again.